You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back, Rudrance, for Black and White Sports. Well, my goodness, this will tell you all you need to know about the complete and utter fakeness of people like Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird. Now, you would think they would be the brave, stunning, courageous, shining light of feminist sports, right? Women's sports. Except they're not. They're not. They have come out, they officially have signed a letter opposing fairness in women's sports. They're more concerned about men that want to dress like women and act like women and identify as women be protected and allowed to compete against females than they are about female safety and competitiveness, integrity remaining intact. They're concerned about their alphabet mob agenda, of which the T's are in that group. And on a side note, we got a secondary story where Nick Young comes out and hollers at the WNBA asking them to draft him. Now, that's funny. That's funny. It kind of makes me, after seeing this story, hell, let Nick Young put on a wig and get out there and play at this point. I mean, he just comes out and says, Juwanna Mann? You know, I mean, come on. Let's look at this. This is hilarious. Not often we do a 2-for-1 on this channel, but we're going to here. Megan Rapinoe, Sue Bird among athletes who signed letter opposing protection of girls and women in Sports Act. This is nuts. I thought you guys cared about women, right? No, you don't. Megan Rapinoe, Sue Bird, and Becky Sauerbrunn are among 40 professional and Olympic and Paralympic athletes who co-signed a letter to House lawmakers in opposition to the Protection of Girls and Women in Sports Act. Athlete Ally, an athlete group that supports LGBTQ plus initiatives, sent the letter on Monday. According to Sports Illustrated, the athletes believe the bill wouldn't protect women in sports, but rather exclude women and girls from getting, quote, mental and physical health benefits. Listen to this. We believe that gender equity in sports is critical, which is why we urge policymakers to turn their attention and effort to the causes women athletes have been fighting for decades, including equal pay, an end to abuse and mistreatment, uneven implementation of Title IX, and a lack of access and equity for girls of colors and girls with disabilities, to name a few. And this is where it takes a real twisted turn. Our deepest hope is that transgender and intersex kids will never have to feel isolation, exclusion, and othering that H.R. 734 is seeking to enshrine into law, the letter reaches. In other words, it is our deepest hope that men are allowed to compete and dominate women. And if you have a vagina, we don't care about you anymore. We care more about carrying on a radical leftist narrative than we do about women's sports. We don't care about it. To hell with it. There's no other way to look at it. When you start saying our deepest hope is that transgender and intersex kids will be protected from isolation, you're saying at the cost of women's sports, at the cost of daughters and mothers getting a fair shake, the men are going to come in and dominate you. Man, unbelievable. Megan Rapinoe, Sue Bird, and many others turning their backs on actual females. Unbelievable. The Biden administration's proposal to forbid outright bans on transgender athletes drew scrutiny last week. The proposed rule establishes that blanket bans would violate Title IX. It would be difficult for schools to ban, for example, a transgender girl from playing on a girls' baseball team. The proposed rule would leave room for schools to develop policies that prohibit trans athletes from playing on more competitive teams if the policies are designed to ensure fairness or prevent sports-related injuries. Representative Greg Staub, Republican Florida, introduced the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act in February. The bill seeks an amendment to Title IX to provide that for purposes of determining compliance with Title IX of such act in athletics, sex shall be recognized based solely on a person's reproductive biology and genetics at birth. Bravo. In other words, whatever you was born as, you want to play in sports, that's what you're playing as, or you won't play. That's going to protect the integrity of the sport, the fairness of women, and the safety of actual women. The bill also says it would be a violation of the act for a recipient of federal financial assistance who operates, sponsors, or facilitates athletic programs or activities to permit a person whose sex is male to participate in an athletic program or activity that is designated for women or girls. Bravo. Because we don't want our federal money going to that crap either. House lawmakers may consider the bill next week. Wow, that's a good bill, but I mean, again, these women that are supposed to be brave, stunning, and courageous pattern themselves as feminists for all these years. Just told everybody, for all these years, we've been full of shit. Megan Rapinoe, Sue Bird, Becky Sauerbrunn, they don't care about their fellow woman. Believe that when I say it. So, I'm going to do one more while I've got you guys right here. Let's do WNBA team shoots down NBA champs draft request after asking to become the league's first Juwanna Mann. That is absolutely hilarious. The LA Sparks shut down one-time NBA champion Nick Young's suggestion the team select him with the number 10 pick of the WNBA draft on Monday. Hey, I've been hoping. I want to see LeBron James walk out on a WNBA court wearing a Karen wig, ready to play, saying he identifies as a woman. I mean, my God. Do you identify as Chinese? You take so much Chinese money. I mean, I don't know. The inquiring minds want to know. Young on Saturday wrote on Twitter he wanted to be the first, quote, Juwanna Mann in the WNBA. He was referring to the 2002 film in which a suspended basketball star impersonated a female to play in a women's league. Guys, we are literally living real-life parody movies from 20 years ago. Think about that. He then sent a message to the Sparks. Can I be the first Juwanna Mann for the WNBA? I'm trying to hoop. My God, Swaggy P. The at LA Sparks, y'all can draft me with the 10th pick tomorrow. I'm ready. Los Angeles wasn't playing around with Young as the team prepared for the upcoming draft. Well past, Nick. Let us know when your daughter is ready to play. Well, wait a minute now. I thought your league was brave, stunning, and courageous. Swaggy P can't say he just identifies as a chick? I thought that's how all this worked. That's how everybody signing that bill wants it to work, right? Question mark? You know that women's basketball is fire when former NBA players are trying to join the team. Have you all gotten your tickets for your home opener? Because, after all, only a publicity stunt would get anybody to show up for the WNBA. And I've seen your television ratings. Nobody's watching either. What kind of ratings does the WNBA draft actually get? Is that on television? Where is that? I don't know. Is it on Periscope? Where is the affiliate that's showing the WNBA draft? Wow. Jeez. If a game gets 250,000, what kind of rating does a draft get? I just want to know. I don't get it. Let Swaggy P in. Let Nick Young play. We demand it. I want to see it, and it will open the door for LeBron James. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Make sure you subscribe. Check us out on podcast. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.